Well, I feel really good about Meds, I think that in many ways we kind of rediscovered sort of the soul of Placebo, the essence of Placebo, which is kind of, a tight, visceral, urgent sort of rock band, and I think, we spent many years being willfully oblique or obscure, and falling in love with the sound of vintage synthesizers and discovering sort of production techniques and stuff like that, and it feels really, really good to sort of now to look back on this record and to see that sort of what Dimitri's vision has kind of reunited us as a, myself, Steve and Steph, as, as a rock band, and that feels great. I mean, particularly after having done a singles tour where we just kind of, retrospectively sort of revisited our whole career. It's just so cool to be able to go back on tour now with a whole bunch of new rock songs, which feel very urgent.
Well, in abstract terms, it still feels very warm. It feels like, it's like the hot bun is just come out of the oven, and it's just that's when it kind of tastes the nicest because it's so fresh and warm, and you can smell it, and the whole house smells of it, and it's kind of like that with this album. To me, has a much more stronger emotional bond to it than the previous albums. It feels like we conveyed through our songs a confidence and an honesty and an emotional directness that we haven't done in a long time. And we did it in such a short space of time, 4 months, that it still feels fresh and not overworked. We didn't spend hours and hours and days on doing takes. Takes were done once or twice, and that was it, to capture the vibe, and that was, I think that's what we concentrated on this album, and I think that comes through, and therefore I don't put it on to listen to it in my spare time, but I don't feel sick of it like I usually do after recording an album, after spending 9 months like we've done on the previous albums making one.
It's the 10th anniversary of our signing, and of when we started releasing records. So, but I still don't feel that old. I still feel like a little confused teenager most of the time, and I'm still scared by going on stage, and I still get nervous, and I still have crises of confidence and all those things, and still paranoid about playing the wrong chords and hitting the wrong notes and everything, So I'm in a way, I'm really, really thankful for that.
It's a bit daunting going on a big world tour, as it always is, because it takes you on a bit of an adventure that sometimes you don't know exactly where you're going to end up, and our attitude has been since the beginning very much open-minded, and we want to play and play to and see as much of the world as possible. So, in true Placebo fashion, we're starting off the tour in a place we've never played before, which is Bangkok. And then from there, we're going to travel the world for the next year and a half, and hopefully remain sane and be as tight and as professional and as giving and smiling as we possibly can. It's exciting. We're very proud of this record. It's a record that we feel is going to transfer from record onto the stage very easily. It's a more guitar-based record. We have new guitars in the band, so it's going to be a rockier live setup, therefore more direct and more in a way back to the roots of the band, and that excites us. So we're at a good starting point. Talk to me in a year and I could be here half asleep or barely being able to put the sentence together. But right now, it's a good place to be.
A band who've been doing this for 10 years and keep growing, can still, guys who started making music in their early 20s, then kind of in their early to mid 30s now, and it's still really sort of appealing to youth. I'm quite impressed with us. I don't know how we've done that, but I don't really want to figure it out either, because it just keeps, we're doing something right, so we just keep doing it.